In this video, I'm going to make this 3D pinboard animation based on one of FERN's videos. 3D pinboards are incredibly useful for adding drama and mystery to your edits. So if you want to follow along, all the assets are going to be available for free in the description. Okay, so first things first, go to the render properties. We are going to be working on Eevee, but this animation actually looks super good on cycles, and you'll see why in just a minute. But I'm just doing a tutorial. I want to do this quick and show you how to make all these animations and the basic principles. So just because of that, I'm going to be working on Eevee, okay? I'm going to check ambient occlusion, bloom, screen space reflections, motion blur, and I'm going to go here, AGX, and high contrast. If you want more saturated colors and a more vivid image, you can use standard, but for more realistic quote-unquote view, you want to use AGX. Here in the output properties, I'm going to be working on 1920 by 1080 and 24 frames per second. That's because I'm just doing a tutorial. If you want more resolution, you can do this 4K and with more frames per second. This animation is quite large, 500 frames. Here you want to choose the output folder where you are going to export the frames of this animation. Here select RGBA, color depth 8 and compression down to 0. I'm working on Blender 4.1. Next tutorial will be in Blender 4.2 because it has Eevee next, and I think it's better and more realistic, and it's also fast like Eevee. So if you want, you can go to blender.org and install 4.2 before starting this tutorial, and maybe you will get a better result. But yeah, just for this tutorial, I'm going to be working on Blender 4.1. Okay, so first thing first, you want to press Shift A, mesh plane, and then go here to the item and tweak the dimensions. You want the X to be 0.9 meters and the Y 0.6 meters, and it's going to be like this. Now press 7 on your numpad and press tab to go to edit mode and I to inset, and you want to inset this a little bit, left click, and then you want to press E and set and extrude this a little bit down, not a lot, something like this. And yeah, there you have your board, your basic board. And now I'm going to texture it. Press tab and select this face. Go to material, press here plus to add material slot, new, and assigned to assign assign a material to this face. And now you want to go to the shader editor. You want to click the principled BSDF and press Ctrl-Shift-T and go to the assets that I left in the description. Here, the one that says chipboard, and import all of these. Click here and you'll have something like this. So yeah, first let me select these other faces right here and the faces right here, and I'm going to give them a different material. Assign, and I'm going to change the base color to black and the roughness, yeah, something like 0.3. It's fine. Nah, something like 0.5. Yeah. And now let's go back to this material, and now you want to go here, select this face on edit mode, press U and unwrap, and it's going to be better, but you want this texture to be smaller. So select all of these, just click one and then drag your mouse and move to the right. And something like this, I think is fine. Yeah, and it looks good. So I'm going to go back to object mode, and there we have our pinboard. The other thing that you want to do is delete this displacement. We don't need it since we are in Eevee. If you're in Cycles, you can use displacement, but I also recommend that you just delete it. And I'm going to increase the strength up to 2, just so the normal strength, just so this pops out a little bit more. And now we can work on the pictures. So let's press Shift A, Image, and Images as Planes. And if you don't see this option, you just have to go here to Edit, Preferences, go to Add-ons, and look for Images, Import, Export, Import Images as Planes. Check this and then say Preferences here, and you will be able to see this option. And what this essentially does is that you can import any picture and it will import it as a plane. So I'm going to select this FERN logo. I'm going to import it, and there you have it, RZ 180, and then S. I'm going to scale this down a lot, something like this, and I think this is way up, so just like this. It could be like a little bit more, not so close to the board. This is fine. And then I'm going to go to edit mode and inset this a little bit, and I'm going to select these faces and I'm going to assign them a new material. So go here to the material properties, press here plus, new, and assign, and it will give this to these faces this new white material. And we want to have a little bit more texture here, so go here and press here on the principled BSDF, Ctrl Shift T, go to the assets that I left in the description and select here, I think it's paper 1, select all of these and click here. And again, you want to delete this displacement. And if I get close enough, I can see some of the texture. So I'm going to increase the strength up to 2, and then here I'm going to decrease the scale minus, and actually I'm going to increase the scale to 2.5, sorry, minus 2.5, yeah, something like this. And I think you can see some texture here, and I want to give the same texture to the FERN image. So first I'm going to copy all of this, Ctrl C, and go here to the FERN material, and go here and Ctrl B, and yeah, essentially I'm going to plug everything but the base color, because we don't need it. Plug the normal into the normal, and the displacement, I won't use the displacement, the roughness into the roughness. And yeah, you should be able to see some of the texture on the FERN image, and it's not that noticeable looking from a distance, but it adds a little bit of spice. Okay, so basically I'm going to do the exact same thing for the other images, except for three of them. So let me walk you through the process. I'm actually going to do the exact same thing here. I'm going to press Shift A, Images as Planes, go here, and I'm going to import the After Effects logo, import, and RZ 180, S, I'm going to scale it down a lot, GX, GY, GX, RZ, and S. I think this is fine. Press Tab and I, and I'm going to inset this a little bit, and I'm going to make this smaller. And yeah, Now I'm going to press 3 and select these faces, and I'm going to add a new material and press new and assign, and we will have this border. And yeah, I want to see the name of this material 0.12. So yeah, I'm going to look here just so we don't make the same process as before. And this will have this texture. I'm going to lower this down, G-cell, something like this. I think it's fine. G-cell a little bit more. Yep. Then go back here, and I'm going to copy the material I used for FERN, for the FERN image, like all of these, except for this. Sorry. Control C, select this, go here and Control V, and yeah, I want to plug again the roughness and the normal into the normal, so we will be able to see some of this texture, and yeah, that's exactly what we want. So that's the easy part. Now I'm going to add another image. It's going to be import images as planes, and I'm going to add another image that's going to be the Blender logo, and the black Blender logo. Import images as planes, R set 180, S, scale it down a lot, something like this, dot on your numpad, and GX, GY, and I think this is fine, R set something like this, GY, yeah, something like this, I think is fine. S. Okay, so now what you want to do is to press Shift S and cursor to selected. So the 3D cursor is going to be here, and I'm going to press Shift A and mesh and plane. I'm going to scale it down a lot to the rough size of this image, and yeah, I'm going to select both of these images and G-cell, lower this down and then a little bit up, G-cell, yeah, something like this, I think it's fine. And then I'm going to select this and G-cell just so it doesn't glitch all the time. And now the part where I'm going to lose the respect of a lot of people, but this is the way my brain figure out how to do this. So yeah, I'm going to select this plane, this white plane, and I'm going to press Tab to go to the edit mode, and I'm going to press right click and subdivide, and then Shift R to subdivide a bunch of times, something like this. Maybe a little bit less, something like this, and then I'm going to select here to select the vertices, and I'm going to also select, I'm going to click here to enable the proportional editing. I'm going to press one vertex and press G, and it's going to move everything, and that's because this circle is super big, so just scroll up to there, so G, and now scroll down a little bit more, G, and yeah, I think this is fine. And yeah, I'm going to make a mess here, yeah, G, yeah, I'm going to make a mess here, but don't worry, everything is going to be fine. Yeah, I know I'm not doing this right, and there should be a better way, but yeah, this is the way I found to make like a TR, like a destroyed or something like that paper. So yeah, I think this should be alright. So now press A, S, Y, and 0. Sorry, that's not. S, X, and 0, no, S, Z, and 0, yeah, that's the way. So everything is flat. And now you want to see if there is a lot of overlap here, and just turn off the proportional editing. First, press A and M and merge by distance, and it removed 0 vertices. But yeah, what you want to do is look for these areas where the vertices are super close and see if any of them are overlapping, like they are one on top of each other, and you want to separate them. So in this area, yeah, it doesn't happen a lot. Let's see here and here. Yeah, here it happens a little bit. Yeah, but it's not actually giving me problems. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so this is like a destroyed paper. And now I'm going to add a material. So new, and press the principal BSDF and Ctrl-Shift-T, and go here to the paper 3 and select everything. And yeah, so I'm going to delete the displacement. Dot on your numpad. I'm going to delete the displacement. I'm going to lower the strength to 0.3. I'm going to decrease the size of this to -3.9, and yeah, you should be able to see something. Okay, you can't see a lot in this view. Maybe if I increase the normal, something like 3. Yeah, and yeah, I want to give like the same material to this blender icon. So go here and select everything but the color, the base color, and press Ctrl-C and go here and Ctrl-B, and now plug everything like the roughness to the roughness and the normal to the normal. And yeah, it's going to look weird, so let me decrease the strength actually, yeah, to something like 0.6. That should be it. And yeah, I'm going to repeat the same process I did with this icon with the YouTube icon here. So yeah, Shift A, images as planes, go here to the YouTube logo, import RZ180 S, and then dot on your numpad, GX, GY, S, GX, RZ, EX, yep, something like this. And now Shift S, cursor to selected, Shift A, mesh plane, scale this down a lot, RZ, something like this, select both, lower this, and select just this, GZ, and yeah, that should be fine. And now the same process as before, tab and subdivide a lot, pressing Shift R to something like this. And now select one vertex, enable proportional editing, and G, and just move everything here. And don't worry if this is going down, because we are going to solve that in just a minute. A, S, Z, 0, yeah, and that's how we solve it. Yeah, I'm going to keep moving this. Maybe just press 7 on your numpad, and now it's not going to move under. And yeah, that's how this looks. So I'm going to give the same material as this. So I'm going to see material 0, material 14 it is. So let's select this, new, and look for the material 14. And yeah, I'm going to copy everything here except for the base color. Ctrl C, go to YouTube, Ctrl V, unplug everything. And yeah, that should be it. I'm going to lower the strength on the YouTube icon, something like 2. And yeah, that's it. So now I'm going to add the last element, which is just paper that says Blender tutorial. So it's basically just a plane. So Shift A, mesh plane, S, something like this, GX, and yeah, go to edit mode, press 2 and select this SY and make this something like this. RZ, GX, GY, and yeah. I'm going to add new material and I'm going to make Ctrl Shift T, and I'm going to use basically the same paper as before, like this paper 001. I'm going to use the same, but here, so let me see if everything is fine. Yep, I'm going to delete the displacement and I'm going to increase the strength a little bit more, something like 2. And I think the size, it's fine. And I'm going to add here a hue saturation and press here on the hue and make this like yellow. Yep, something like this, and maybe less saturation, something like this. And yeah, I think that's fine. And yeah, the size and the strength is fine. Maybe I want to lower the strength a little bit. Yep, something like 2.5. I think it's fine. Or 2. Yeah, 2. And yeah, now I'm going to lower this down. GZ. Yeah, something like this. Shift S, cursor to selected. Shift A, mesh plane, S, scale this down a lot, like a lot, S, Y, twice, Y, and I'm going to stretch this, S, X, I'm going to stretch this again, G, X, G, Y. I'm going to press 7 on my numpad and just press G. And RZ, yeah, and S and G, and yeah, I think that's what I want. GZ a little bit, so it is up. Yeah, and then I'm going to go to, first I'm going to apply all transformations and set origin to geometry, and press tab to go to edit mode, add a loop cut with Ctrl R, and yeah, I want to add a loop cut right here, and I'm going to select one vertex and press G twice and move down like this, and G twice and move down like this, and yeah, we'll have this form. So just press 7 on your numpad and then Alt D and put this right here, and yeah, that should be fine. And if you want, you can add material, and it's going to be just a basic material, but lower the alpha to 0.5 and go here and change this to alpha blend. It's going to be like this. And now let's add Shift A. Let's add a text here, text S. I'm going to scale this down a lot. Dot on your numpad and press 7 and then R somewhere right here, G somewhere right here, and go to the data properties here, and in the alignment select center and GX twice and center this here. I'm going to press GZ so this looks fine, okay? And then I'm going to change the font, go here to this icon, open font, and I'm going to leave this font in the description, that it's called MB Bolly regular open font. It's a font like this, and I'm going to press tab and I'm going to put Blender tutorial, yeah. And here in the spacing, the line spacing, you want to lower this down somewhere right here to 0.6, and now press G, Y and GX, S, and yeah, that should be fine. Go here to the material and just give it a black material. So go here and reduce the value to 0. And if you want to add a little bit of texture, you can copy the texture that we have on this paper. So I'm going to do that. Control C, go to the text, Control V, and the roughness into the roughness, and the normal into the normal. And yeah, it looks weird, so instead of UV, you just want to select object and it's going to be fine. And maybe reduce a little bit the strength to something like this, 0.6 or maybe 1. And yeah, there you have it. This is basically our pinboard. And now I'm going to add the pins. Go to File, Import and FBX, and go to the assets that I left in the description and select here the pin. It's going to be like this, and it doesn't have materials, so go here and delete everything. Click the principal BSDF and Ctrl Shift T and go to the pin again, but now go to the textures, and yeah, just select everything. Click this, and yeah, it's going to be fine. And another reason to use cycles for this edit is that you can go here to the transmission. So let me show you. You can go here to the transmission and increase the weight to something like 0.5, and this is going to be like a transparent plastic if you are in cycles. So I'm going to change actually to cycles really quick. Yeah, I don't think it's noticeable here in this view, and I don't have any light in the render view, so yeah, you just have to trust me. But yeah, if you're in Eevee, you can't do that, so put the weight down to 0 and that should be fine. So yeah, basically we want to rotate this, so press R twice, and you want this to be straight, and go GY and put this right here, dot on your numpad, and GZ, yeah, and something like this, it's fine. And you want to press Shift D, X and Y, GY, GX, and yeah, you basically want to position all the pins here, Shift D and X, and yeah, somewhere right here, GY, and then Shift D, X, and GY, GX, GY, yep. So yeah, there are going to be pins here, here and here, but here not, because it has like this. So yeah, I think that's fine, and we can move on to I think it's called cordons. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, these red lines here. Shift S and cursor toward origin, so it's going to be in our 3D cursor is going to be in the center. And now Shift A and curve and Bezier curve, and you want to scale this down a lot, and yeah, go to edit mode, pressing tab, select here and press 7 on your numpad so it's easier, and go here G and move this roughly right here, and this, and move this also right here, and tweak this a little bit. I think that's fine. Let me see. Yeah, that's like a good distance. Maybe I want a little bit lower, this set. Yeah, somewhere right here. And now I'm going to go here to the data properties and go here to the bevel and increase the bevel to something like 0.01. I think it's fine. I think that's fine. And the good thing about using curves is that you can animate the end and the start just like After Effects, and we are going to do that in this animation. But first we want to go here to edit mode, select both of these vertices or points, I don't know, and right click and subdivide and press Shift R a bunch of times, just like that, and then press A and go here to select and checker deselect, and press Alt S and lower this down just a little bit like this, and it's going to have these waves looking from a distance. It's going to be like it's actually a red cordon. And yeah, now you want to go to the shader editor again, press New, press here Ctrl Shift T, go to the assets that I left in the description and select this fabric texture, red fabric texture, and it's going to look super bad. We are going to tweak these settings. So this is the x-axis is going to be minus 4.3 and the y is going to be minus 0.4, and yeah, it's not great, but we are not going to do like a close-up of this, so if you look from a distance it's fine. And yeah, maybe I'm going to increase the strength, delete the displacement. I'm going to increase the strength to 10 so it looks like this. The texture pops a little bit more, and I'm going to go here and add a hue and saturation node, hue, saturation and value node. Yeah, I want to increase the saturation so it's more saturated red. And yeah, this is basically what we are going to do here, and I'm just going to repeat the process. So I'm going to just explain it once again and then speed up this part. So Shift A, curve, Bezier curve, S, scale this down a lot, dot on your numpad, and 7 on your numpad, tab, select this vertex and put this right here, and this vertex and put this right here, and tweak this something like this. Now increase the depth to 0.01 and then tab again. Sorry, I'm going to lower this down somewhere right here. Press tab and select both of these vertices and press right click, subdivide, and Shift R a bunch of times. Press A to select everything. Go here to select, checker deselect, Alt S and scale this down a little bit. And now add the texture that we used here, the material 18. So I'm just going to look for that material 18, and yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to speed up this part just to make the last cordon here, and we should be good to go. So yeah, that's basically it. Now we can start with animation. Hey, before we continue, I just wanted to let you know that the videos I upload are actually super easy to edit, but they take me a lot of time because I have to handle the intro, cut the tutorial, and check if I made any spelling mistakes. So I've decided to bring an editor on board to help me with these videos. So if you're interested in becoming that editor, I've left a job application in the description. There, you will need to make a quick intro like the one I did at the beginning of this video and then send it to me. So if you want to make easy income with an easy project that will take you just 1 or 2 days of work, check out the job application in the description. Now back to the video. So first select all the pins and GZ, move them up like this. Now you want to go to this pin and press Shift A, camera, and then press Ctrl Alt 0 and then 0 again. Open another window here, press 0 here, GX, so we can see this. And I'm going to go to the camera properties, and in the viewport display I'm going to increase the passport to 1 just so we don't have anything bothering us. And this camera is going to be a 35mm camera because I want to get close, but I want to see more of the scene, so that's why I'm using a 35mm camera. Go here to the object properties. I'm going to press 0 here on the Y and 90 here on the X. Yeah, X, Y, yeah, something like this. Now here I'm going to press here and go here to the viewport shading here. I'm not going to see anything because there is no lights. I'm going to select this pin and press Shift S, cursor to selected, and Shift A, light, point light, press 7, and yeah, I want to put the light here and maybe a little bit up. So this is going to be the main light. I'm going to decrease the power to 5 and increase the radius to, I think, 0.1. We have like a main light here. I'm going to press 7 again and then Shift D and one light here, and this is going to be like a fill light, and I think I want this light here just so we have a little bit of a rim light, and maybe decrease the power, no, just 5. Yeah, this is what I want. Now I'm also going to add, select here and add Shift A, and I'm going to add an empty and a sphere S and scale this down somewhere right here, and I'm going to parent this empty to the pin, so Ctrl P and parent object, so every time I move the pin the empty moves too. Now I'm going to select the camera and go here to the constraints and add a constraint and track 2, and I'm going to select this empty, so the empty is always on the center of the scene, and I'm going to, I don't know why this happens, and yeah, I forgot to do the center here, so I'm going to press Shift A and mesh torus S, rotating numpad S a lot, GX, sorry, GY, go here, go to the numpad, GY, go here, and now I'm going to go to the modifiers and add a subdivision surface, and 2 is fine, and I'm going to shade smooth, and yeah, GZ somewhere right here, GY, and yeah, now press Shift D, S and do this a bunch of times. Something like this, and now select everything and press Ctrl J, and now everything is going to be like one thing. Yeah, now everything is one thing. Press S, and yeah, it's going to be something like this. And now give this the same material as the red cordons we used before. Material 18. And yeah, that should be fine. She said, and yeah, somewhere right here is fine. So now let me go back here, and yeah, I'm going to animate this pin. Go here to the timeline, go here to the beginning, make a keyframe on the location, and on the frame 72 or so, like this, press GZ, and yeah, go down a lot, GZ. So right here, it's fine. Make a keyframe, and now select these keyframes and go to the graph editor and press normalize and select this part right here, GX, and move this a lot here. It's going to be super slow at the beginning and then it's going to be fast at the end. Go back to the timeline, and yeah, basically now select the camera and make keyframes here and go to the frame 45 and go here GY, and GX, and yeah, something like this, GZ, yep, something like this. Here on the frame 45 we are going to change cameras, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to press Shift A. Sorry, I'm gonna go to the beginning, select my camera and press Ctrl B here while I'm in the timeline, Ctrl B, and then yeah, go to the frame 45, and now I'm going to press Shift A, camera, and then here in the timeline press Ctrl B. So this is going to make the cameras change. Press 45, and now here in this view press Ctrl Alt 0 and then 0 here, and yeah, put this like this, 0, 0 and 90, and GZ, GY, GZ, RX, GZ twice, GZ, RX twice, and yeah, somewhere right here. I don't know why this is happening, like every time I come close to one object it starts to disappear. It didn't happen yesterday, so yeah, I'm a little bit confused. So yeah, as you can see, yesterday I was doing this and this is the exact frame, and I'm a lot closer here to the center and it doesn't, it's not cutting things in front of me, so yeah, I don't know why. Okay, yeah, I solved it. It's because the cameras, you just go to the cameras and the clip start was like up right here, and yeah, I just lower it down as much as possible, and yeah, I can I now can use the camera freely. So yeah, just so if anyone goes through the same thing as me, now you have the solution. Okay, so I'm going to go to the world properties and press new and just make it completely black, and yeah, I'm going to go to the beginning and I'm going to tweak the camera angle here to make it closer. So yeah, the clip start, yeah. Yeah, I want something like this. GZ. Yeah, this is what I want. So confirm all these keyframes, and now we have this. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the second camera and I'm going to go to the frame 45 and I'm going to get a lot closer like this. GZ, RX twice, GZ again, GY, and yeah, GZ. Yeah, this is fine. So I'm going to make a keyframe here and I'm going to go to the frame 175 and press GZ twice. I'm going to get far, GY, yeah, as far as I can, RX twice, GZ, something like this, RX twice, and yeah, GX, yeah, somewhere right here. I'm going to make keyframes and make this linear, press T and select linear, and we have this and then this. Yeah, so here in the frame 175 we are going to change cameras again. Select this pin or the empty, go here and press Shift A, camera, press Ctrl V here, so we change cameras again. Now press here Ctrl Alt 0 and then 0 again and change the passport to 1, and yeah, now I'm going to make everything here 0 except for the rotation, sorry, 180, GZ, RZ, GY, GZ, and yeah, I want something like this. I'm going to make keyframes and then go to the frame 265 and then GY, move right here, make another keyframe, T and linear, and let's see where we at. Yep, this is fine. And I'm going to make another change of cameras, but first, before we change cameras here, I'm going to lower all the pins. This pin, so I'm going to make a keyframe here, dot on your numpad, keyframes here, go to the frame 100, and now GZ, dot on my numpad, GZ, yeah, something like this, it's fine. So make a keyframe, yeah, I'm going to do the same, yeah, I'm just going to make this linear, and yeah, I basically want the same thing for this pin, so go to the beginning, make a keyframe on the Z location, go to the frame 100 and GZ, dot on your numpad, GZ, yep, another keyframe, T, linear, and now go back, select that pin, make a keyframe in the Z location, and this is going to be a little bit more late, so go to the frame 140 and GZ, dot on my numpad, GZ, and yeah, somewhere right here, place a keyframe, T, make this linear, and yeah, let's see how we're doing. Boom. Yep. Okay. So yeah, in the frame 265, I want to go here and press Shift A, camera, here Ctrl V and Ctrl Alt 0. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is because of the clip start. Yeah. Okay, 0 again. I don't know why that happens, but yeah, just random Blender problems. Pause port to 1. Yeah, I want here at minus 180, and this 0, and this also 0. And yeah, let me tweak the position right here. GZ. Yeah, I want this to be like a close-up. RX twice. GZ. GY. GZ. GY. GX. Yeah. Now I'm going to select this pin and press Shift S, cursor to selected, and Shift A. Have a sphere empty, so S, and scale this down a lot, somewhere right here, it's fine. Now I'm going to parent this empty to the camera, so Control P, object, and now every time I move this empty, the camera will not move because I did it I didn't do it well. So first select the camera and then the empty and press Ctrl P, object, and yeah, now every time I move the empty, the camera moves. So what I actually want to do is move this. Yeah, I think this is fine. R, E, Y. Yeah, I want to do like this movement. So I'm going to go here and make a keyframe here on the rotation, and I'm going to go to the frame 340. I'm going to press RY again and move all the way right here. Make another keyframe, select both and make this linear, and we will have, yeah, something like this. And here we are going to have another change of camera, this time here. So again, press Shift A, camera, Control B here, and Control Alt 0. Decrease the clip start, 0 again, and then increase the passport. Let me tweak this, minus 180, 0 here and 0 here, and I'm going to go to the frame 420 and GY again, and then this right here, and make this linear also, and we will have this, and then we have like another change of camera, but it's going to be like, and this camera is going to see like everything here. So press Shift A, camera, Control V, Control Alt 0, reduce the clip start, and then 0 again, increase the passport, and then tweak this, sorry, not this, tweak this again, minus 180, here 0, and here 0, 2, and GZ, so it's going to start here, make a keyframe on the Z location, and go to the end of this animation, and GZ again, so we can see everything right here, and make another keyframe, T, linear, and let's see, yeah, that's the final animation. So let's tweak two more things. So for example, here we want the lights. We want to tweak the light settings, especially the shadow settings. So press here contact shadows on both of them, contact shadows. So we have shadows here. I'm going to tweak this 0.1 and 0.001, and yeah, do the same thing here, 0.1, sorry, here 0.1 and 0.001, and yeah, that should improve the lights, but it will look absolutely better on cycles. But yeah, I'm just doing a tutorial. And now we also want to tweak the depth of field. So here, go to the first camera and enable depth of field and select this pin. Yeah, we want to be able to see the pin behind autofocus, but we should be able to see it. Going to change this to 60. That should be fine. And let me see here, maybe less. Yeah, like 10. Yeah, that's fine. And then here, this camera also, this one, we also want to tweak the depth of field. So increase the depth of field and select this object, this torus. Yeah, let's tweak this a little bit. Yeah, I think this is fine. 70. And let's see. Yeah, something like 30. Yeah. Then we don't need to add depth of field here. We do need to add depth of field there. So go to that camera, add depth of field and select this pin and increase this just enough. 20. Yeah, that should be good. Here we don't need it, and here we also don't need it. So yeah, the only thing that is left is the animation, this path animation. So select one of these curves. So make a keyframe here on the end, make a keyframe here, and then go to the frame 175 and increase this to 1, and then put another keyframe and make this linear. And we want to do the exact same thing with all the other curves. So in this case we can do that, so we should animate the start, so 0 and then 175, and decrease the start, make another keyframe, T, linear, and yeah. So I think that's it. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's fine. So now if you want to render this animation, you have to go here to the output properties, select a folder and select here PNG, and then go to render and render animation. I already did that. So then go to select here plus video editing and video editing, and you will see this. Go here to the beginning and press Shift A and image sequence. Go to the folder where you exported all the frames of this animation. So I have this, for example. Press A, select everything and end frame 500, and here instead of scale to fit, just use original size and add image strip, and here you have your animation. So now select another folder and go here and change this to FFmpeg video, and in the encoding section change from Matroska to MPEG-4, and here in the output quality select high quality and go to render and render animation again. And I already did that, so I will see you in Premiere for the final details. So basically what you want to do is import your video in Premiere, just like I did, and then import this old film grain overlay and light leaks that I left in the description. So first import the light leaks, press Alt and select the audio and just delete it, press C and cut this right here, and you want to do the same with the film grain, and If with the film grain you want to press right click. I have Premiere in Spanish, sorry, but just go here and scale to fit the frame, and it's going to scale this image. And now go to the FX control panel and change the blend mode to lighten for both of these videos. Lighten, and now reduce the opacity to 30% for both videos, and you will have something like this. And this is the final animation.
The agents will discover that behind this scheme is a vast network of mafiosos, psychics, strip club owners, and Mormons. But one mastermind sits at the center of it all. He holds the keys to the treasure and rakes in most of the profits. He's known by most as Uncle Jerry. How did he do it?
So if you like this video, please subscribe, and if you like this video you will probably like this one also, and if you are an editor, don't forget to see the job application in the description, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!